Cimoooooooo!
What's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of Throwback Thursday, a weekly series where we look at some broke-ass cards from the anime and apply them to the current meta. This week's card is Card of Sanctity, and I'm not talking about the Card of Sanctity that we're all familiar with, that card that no one ever plays because it's pretty terrible. I'm talking about the busted anime version, the one that lets both players draw until they're holding 6 cards. Now, I find it kind of funny because a card like this actually had to exist in the anime. Otherwise, the duels wouldn't last nearly as long as they did, because you see in the anime, they sometimes do like these 4 or 5 card combos that ultimately result in them going like -3, but they did it just to have like one monster have like a ridiculous amount of attack, and like that's all that mattered, right? So, this card actually had to exist to keep the duels going, otherwise they'd be over really quick. But getting back to Card of Sanctity. Now, Card of Sanctity's anime effect allows both players to draw until they're each holding 6 cards. Now, in terms of the anime, that's not really that big of a deal because they didn't have a lot of power plays. But for us, that would just be absolutely fucking broken. I mean, just imagine going first. You have Card of Sanctity in your hand, you set 4 and activate it. Your opponent's going to draw 1 extra card, and you're going to draw 6 new cards. Like, you just went +6. For nothing, and you're just gonna have so much advantage over your opponent that it's not even going to be fair. And it's not like there aren't a lot of decks in the game right now that can easily empty their hand and capitalize off this card. I mean, look at decks like Burning Abyss and Stellar Knights. They're basically like half trap cards, so they can easily empty their hand and activate this. And then something like Shadalls can easily empty their hand with El Shadal Fusion or Shadal Fusion, and then use this to replenish all of their resources. I mean, just being able to do that in those types of decks is pretty terrifying. On the flip side though, Card of Sanctity actually provides the ability to prolong games and keep them going. Like, say your opponent has a well-established field, they have a couple cards in hand, things like that, and say you're just top decking. If you top deck into a Card of Sanctity, that's going to give you a whole new hand and put you right back in the game. So it's cool because while it also can be a blowout, it can also be this card that just prolongs games, just like the anime, and just keeps the fun going. And even though that player that top decks the Card of Sanctity would be making a comeback, the person with the already established field would also be getting a bunch of cards as well. So it might not be completely fair because it's like, you know, you got this guy down, he has like no chance of coming back, and then he rips this out of nowhere, right? But you're still getting an additional, 3 to 5 cards anyway if you were the player that already has the established field, so you're also getting more resources to help maintain your board presence. So that's also something that could be really cool as well. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about Card of Sanctity. Would it be inherently broken? Of course it would. I mean, it would just be insane. But if you look at it, having that comeback potential, if someone's just top decking going up against a field that seems insurmountable, would just be really cool and just one of those Yu-Gi-Oh moments that I think that we can all appreciate. Thank you all so much for watching the video. We'll see you next week.
Cimoooooooo!